Well, we're on the road at last after months of planning. Just meeting up now with Howard and James in Beaudesert. These guys aren't riding with us. There's always plenty of bikes out here. We'll make our way across the Great Dividing Range and head out towards Goondiwindi and then meet the riding boys who are coming from Brisbane on their motorbikes, and we're going to meet them in Coonabarabran. G'day, Paulie. How are you, mate?
Good, mate.
Are you well? You're on camera now.
Oh dear.
Lee and the boys want to have a warm-up ride of over 2,000 kilometres on the way to the Flinders Ranges. After Coonabarabran, where we'll catch up with them tonight, we'll be getting to do some riding with them in Broken Hill when our paths will cross again and we can get the bikes off the trailer. But more about that later.
Good ride so far.
Good. It's a cool and foggy night here in the cabins at the caravan park in Coonabarabran. We're all looking forward to a nice dinner in the pub. We have been finding getting accommodation rather difficult. We had hoped to stay in Cobar tonight and have a bit of a look around. However, the town is fully booked, so we'll continue on to Warawong station near Wilcannia. We've spoken to them, they don't have any available, but they do think they'll get a few cancellations, so we'll see what happens. So today will be 650 kilometres before we find out where we're going to stay. Cobar in Outback, New South Wales has an economy based mainly on base metals and gold mining. It's at the crossroads of the Kidman Way and the Barrier Highway and has a population these days of about 4,000 people. Many sites of cultural interest can be found in and around Cobar, and the town retains much of its colonial 19th century architecture. It's worth a good look around if you ever get out that way. It's an interesting place. Well, we're in luck. There have been some cancellations at Warawong, so we will get some accommodation tonight. Only a couple of 100 k's to go, and we'll be there. Looking forward to staying there the night. We were particularly lucky to get in here. There were 3 no-shows from a group of tradies who were heading north. They won't be arriving now until tomorrow. So we've managed to get 3 cabins, which is a really pleasant surprise. The place has got a fantastic set of bathrooms, better than you'll ever see anywhere else on the road. A great camp kitchen overlooking the floodplains on the Darling River. It's well worth a stay. There's a raw, poetic magic to driving through remote outback Australia.
Okay, it's all right.
The solitude, the scale, and soul-searching landscapes that stretch way beyond the horizon. Driving through the outback isn't just travel, it's more of a transformation. It's where silence speaks, the land listens, and you remember what it means to be small in a vast, beautiful place. We've arrived in Broken Hill, got some cabins in the local caravan park, and can at last get the bikes off and go for a ride. So we're going to head out to Menindee, which is a little village about 110 k's out in the remote Darling region. A wonderful place. It's the tiny town is the oldest European settlement in western New South Wales, and the first town to be established on the Darling River. Well, this is the main street of Menindee, and it's difficult to know on the entry to the village or the little town. It says the population is 900, but the census figures that I could find say population 500. Anyway, there is a nice bakery here, we've been told, so we can get a coffee. The garage is open again for fuel, so we can refuel before we go out and visit the lake or itself, so which is on dirt roads, obviously. So we'll have a break here first and then get going. Well, as you can see, the road is really corrugated, and in some places the sand is pretty deep. So I hope we're going to stop up here for a minute and have a bit of a break because I want to tie down the panniers. We'll see what happens, I guess. In fact, I've now discovered that they're coming off, so I'm going to have to turn around and go back onto the bitumen and tighten up all the bolts. Actually, I think I'd better stop here and tie them on before I go much further. They're looking pretty wobbly. Okay, time to get back to Broken Hill and find a nice pub for dinner, and tomorrow's a brand new day, and have a look at a few old buildings before the sun goes down. Okay, we're on our way to Silverton this morning. We'll meet up with the other guys there later this afternoon. What we're going to do though is stop on the way out at the Daydream mine and have a bit of a look around. Daydream mine and smelter are about 20 kilometres northwest of Broken Hill on the way to Silverton. It was established as a settlement following the discovery of rich silver-bearing ore in 1882, and by 1884 there were some 500 people based here on the minefield. The Daydream mine by 1884 had become very important. It had raised 96,000 tonnes of ore before it was floated as a company, and the smelter was built by the Barrier Rangers Association and opened in 1885. The mine proved short-lived, and in 1886, after only 10 months of operation, the smelter closed down and was not sufficient, as there was not sufficient ore to keep it going. By the end of 1888, the Daydream settlement was almost abandoned, and the smelters closed forever. Not much remains of the settlement today. However, you can still do an underground tour, and it's very much worth a look.
Stay there.
Okay, we're now on our way to Silverton, and we'll be meeting the other guys there when they arrive, probably around lunchtime, because the plan is to have a bite in the old pub, which was made famous in the Mad Max movie, and have a look around what's left of this beautiful old place, historic old place. I'll give you some history of it a little bit later. It is really wonderful, and then we'll go up to the Menindee lookout. And by then it'll be time to start making our way back to Broken Hill and making some plans for dinner. Silverton was established as a major silver and lead mining town in the 1880s, and it experienced a really rapid population boom with the development of full municipal infrastructure. All of the old buildings, the main buildings, have now been restored. However, the discovery of richer lodes at nearby Broken Hill led to its rapid decline, with many residents and the buildings then moving south. Today, the place is an historic outback village with a very small population. The last time I checked, it was about 30 people. It's known for its preserved stone buildings, art galleries, the museums, and of course as its role as the filming location, notably for the Mad Max 2 movie. Well, that looks like the guys now. So they've, as far as we know, they've come from Wilcannia to Broken Hill, all on the dirt. So we look forward to catching up with a few stories with them tonight over a beer.
You've been underground.
The hotel was established in 1884 during the silver boom. It burnt down in 1918 and was replaced with this building, or actually they moved into this building, which was the former post office. It's a great social hub. It's endured the booms and the busts, and it's been famous now as a filming location for quite a while. It's a must visit when you come down this way. Okay, well, we had a good catch up, a nice lunch, so it's time to go up to the lookout, which is only about 5 kilometres out of town. Look across the Menindee Plains or the desert, and then from there, once everyone's caught up, we'll make our way back to Broken Hill and start making some arrangements for dinner before it gets dark. There's one hotel we're anxious to try out, so we'll let you know what it's like when we get there. Well, it's sun's going down now in Broken Hill. There are a lot of great pubs, as you'd expect, in the old town. We went to the Astra for dinner, and we certainly weren't disappointed. Can recommend it to you if you're ever down this way. It's fantastic. Well, that was certainly a great catch-up and nice to have a few beers with the boys. We leave first thing in the morning for the Flinders Ranges, so we'll be there tomorrow afternoon. Get the cameras going as soon as we arrive. Thanks for following. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.